Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Pokemon 2019 show, or it's called Pokemon Journeys in English, I think. I've been on a bit of a Pokemon kick lately, and so I decided to pick up this show. I watched the first 25 episodes, I'm just going to talk about it. Because I'm covering so many episodes, though, this is going to be more just general thoughts, as opposed to when I do an anime, like a few episodes of an anime, or like an episode of an anime, because I've got a lot more to talk about here. So it's going to be more general, just the overall my thoughts on the show. Um, so let's start off with, well, the premise of the show is neat, and that's sort of why I chose this one. Also because it's the one currently airing. Um, Instead of doing what Pokemon shows have done for as long as I've known them, um, they instead of going through the new region of the new games, which was Sword and Shield, uh, they're just sort of hopping from region to region, going different places all the time. Um, so that sounded neat. So I wanted to give it a try. I'll also say that I'm watching it subbed, um, which I'm having a lot of fun with because it uses the Japanese names for the Pokemon. Obviously, they're speaking in Japanese, so I hear them, but also the subtitles are. Um, so I'm having a lot of fun with that, seeing what Pokemon are called in Japanese. One of the problems is towns. Um, the the show, like basically the main hub of where sort of Ash and the new characters are, is in Kanto. It is in Vermilion City. I didn't know it was Vermilion City until like a few episodes in when I looked it up. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try my best to use all the Pokemon's English names if I bring up any of the new Pokemon, but I don't know if I know them all. Um, so anyway, we're gonna just take a quick minute here and go over sort of my history with the Pokemon and sort of what I know leading up to this, because this is the newest season and an ongoing thing. Um, Kanto and Johto are where I watched the most, right? I would watch it whenever it was on. I had a bunch of VHS tapes with episodes on them. Pokemon Advance is where I started falling off, and basically all the Hoenn ones. And then I watched Little Diamond and Pearl before basically stopping watching altogether. Um, and so I haven't watched any new Pokemon except for I watched one episode of the Sun and Moon anime while it was on TV once. Um, so basically, that's my history with Pokemon. Haven't watched in a long time, but I do know that in Sun and Moon, Ash finally won a championship, and so we sort of get to this show, and I don't know if they know what they want to do with Ash really. Like, this was one of my problems sort of towards the beginning. They found out what they're gonna do with him, and he's doing something again. But we have Go, who is sort of Ash's companion in this season, and he has a goal. Initially, it was I'm going to catch Mew. Mew is going to be my first Pokemon. Um, Eventually, sort of his goal shifts because he catches a Scorbunny, who is sort of like his Pikachu, right? Um, so his goal shifts from Mew's going to be my first Pokemon, I'm going to go catch it, to I'm going to catch all the Pokemon and then catch Mew. Um, so there we go. That's Go's goal. Every episode, just about every episode at least, he's catching new Pokemon. He's moving towards that. And I like Go a lot for that. He's not like a particularly interesting character, but it's like a kid show. I don't know. For a long show like this, you don't really see like very I don't know, not unique, but like characters with a lot of depth. So he's just a kid. He wants to catch Pokemon. That's his character. Maybe he'll get some. I assume he'll change and stuff as the show goes on. Um, but I enjoy him just going and catching Pokemon, and sort of as his name sort of implies, Go. He feels like sort of this show's representation of the Pokemon Go phone game. He's just going around all over the world and catching Pokemon, and it's fun, right? I like Pokemon Go. I don't play it that often. I only play it when I'm with family and we're out and about. But it's still fun, and sort of having a character sort of represent that is neat. Another aspect from Pokemon Go, and also an aspect from Sword and Shield, is raid battles. There's been a couple of those in the show where it's just like, 4 or 5 people teaming up against one Pokemon, which is also kind of neat. I think episode 2 is where we get the first one, where Lugia just appears in Vermilion City and a bunch of trainers just are fighting it. It's neat. That was neat. But back to Ash, right? Go has a goal: catch all the Pokemon, catch Mew. He's working towards that. Ash's goal is, I'm going to be a Pokemon master. But that doesn't really mean anything, and it never really meant anything. But sort of back when I was watching originally, what I thought a Pokemon master was basically, I'm going to be the champion. And then a new region appears, I'm going to go there, and I want to be the champion there too. The problem is, Ash never won. So he never felt like he was actually making progress towards that. And now he did win. He won in Alola. He's the champion of Alola. But now what, right? If this show had been sort of like what Pokemon shows used to be, where, okay, he's the champion of Alola now, he took a big step there of actually winning a tournament. I'm going to go on to the next region, Galar, right? And I want to become the champion there too, and keep making progress towards being a Pokemon master. But that's not what this show is about. It is a world-hopping show, right? So for the first little bit, it didn't seem like they knew what to do with him. And for a few episodes, I questioned why he was even here. Having Go just sort of world-hopping, catching Pokemon would have been more enjoyable. Like, I didn't really need Ash. You could have made his friend, Koharu, make her a part of the show, because as of right now, I've watched 25 episodes. She doesn't really do anything yet. And sort of from the start of the show, it seemed like she was going to be more important, but she's nothing. But they found something to do with Ash. We're doing this big, like, world tournament thing. And Ash signed up, and he's going around, he's fighting people. There's like a ranking system that he's constantly moving up in. As of right now, he's I forget, he was at like 1010, and he's now in the hundreds, right? So he's moving up. One of the things that I sort of had a problem with at the start, which they've sort of they've fixed a little. Ash has a history, right? He's been through all these regions, and we're world hopping. But they never really bring up that. I would have liked to see maybe him... Okay, another thing about Ash, before we get into this. His character feels completely different. I remember by Diamond and Pearl, like, he had taken up almost like a mentor role for Dawn, right? He had been on adventures before, he knew what he was doing, he was experienced. This Ash is too goofy and doesn't feel like the Ash that I watched. So again, why is it even the same character? Whatever, that's fine. I would have liked at least a little of that to come through in here, and it does occasionally, but I would have liked Ash to have sort of been helping sort of lead Go towards his goal a bit more. Like, he's been to all these regions, but we never have got like an episode where Ash is like, okay, we'll go over here, I've been there before. And there was even a point when, right after he joined the tournament, right? Like I don't remember what it's called, but it's like trainers from all over the world are competing. He wanted to do his first battle. Who's he going to fight? I'm going to fight the Vermilion City gym leader. So I was interested, right? He fought Lieutenant Surge. That was an episode that I had on VHS as a kid. Those were really good episodes. And then immediately, the professor, who sort of Ash and Go are interning for in this show, basically says, yeah, Lieutenant Surge isn't here. He's off training. We got like a replacement who is just some random character for the show. And at that point, it felt to me like they were trying to avoid Ash's history at all. Um, the most recent episode, I think it was episode 25, 24 or 25, they sort of fixed that for me. Even though it was a character from a season I haven't seen, it was one of the gym leaders from Kalos. It was the girl with roller skates and the Mega Lucario. I don't know her name. But she showed up, and they mentioned that her and Ash have battled before. So I'm hoping going forward we get more of that. I don't need it to be the whole show. I'm not complaining that this isn't just like a nostalgia trip, like, oh, we're meeting all the characters we've seen before. But if you're jumping all over the world, you might as well have them occasionally, right? Pokemon shows are long. This is probably be like 100, 150 episodes when it all's said and done. You can do a few episodes where people from old shows pop up, like Brock and Misty, even though I don't know if they'll come back, because I'm pretty sure they were in the Sun and Moon show, they appeared. But you can have them pop up. Have Dawn pop up, right? A few episodes ago, we just went back to Hoenn. Have, like, May or her brother pop up. Something, right? Just every once in a while. But with this episode, I'm thinking they might do that a bit more. Not too much, though, right? And that's fine. I just want a little bit. Just let the people that know the old show, let them know you still remember Ash's past. And just sort of a little, like, wink and a nod here and there. One thing I want to talk about, last thing, Ash's team. Well, first of all, Go is the guy catching the Pokemon. Ash has barely caught any. He's only caught 3 Pokemon so far, not counting Pikachu, obviously. Which, coming back in, I remember Ash didn't always catch a lot of Pokemon, but I don't remember it taking him this long to build up a team. But that could just be me sort of misremembering, right? But I feel like in the original show, he caught Butterfree, then Pidgeotto, then Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, all really quick. And this has been really slow. His team right now is Pikachu, a Dragonite, who up until this last episode, I don't think had a battle, which was strange. It was the first one he caught, and hasn't fought with it at all. Next Pokemon he's got is a Gengar, which is neat. They've done this before in the show, but it was one of the it's an abandoned Pokemon, right? Ash finds an abandoned Pokemon, brings it onto his team, and then he recently hatched a Riolu from an egg. So his team by the end will hopefully be Pikachu, Dragonite, Gengar, a Lucario, which I don't know. It seems like they're building him up to be a much more important Pokemon than the rest. Like the way he was introduced is sort of like they put a lot of focus on Riolu. And it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. Like if Ash will get a Mega Pokemon, because from what I have heard, he didn't get one in X and Y. His Greninja had like a special form or whatever. So maybe Lucario will get that. Maybe they won't do that at all. But I don't know. His team so far is good. One of the things, though, that I think might have been a mistake is just giving him a Dragonite and a Gengar. They don't really have much room to grow, right? They're fully evolved. His Pikachu's not going to evolve. Riolu right now is the only Pokemon Ash has that can evolve and actually change. So I think that might have been a mistake. But I don't know what his last 2 Pokemon are yet. Maybe he'll catch more than that, like he did in Kanto, where he had like Krabby and Snorlax and stuff in reserve. That would be neat. But so far, I think the show is fun. It is different than what it used to be. But it's not bad. I'm having fun with it. I don't know how long I will actually end up watching it. I've still got, like, I think like, they're in the 50s or 60s right now. So I've still got a few episodes to watch, and I'll probably keep ticking away, like keep going through, and I'll probably make a second video. But once I get caught up, I don't know if I'll end up sticking with it because I don't really like watching weekly shows. Um, but we'll see. I'm having fun with it so far, and I'll talk about it more later. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.